Gentlemen and distinguished professor. My
He's
name
not a
is
gentleman.
my name is Morris Bailey, and the poem that I will be reading for you today was written by a Mr. W.H. Auden in 1940. The poem reads thus: To JS/07/M/3/8.
This is on page 394.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Page 394. Roll the cameras back. I'll start.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, but yeah, some folks don't see.
The poem reads thus: To JS/07/M/378. This marble monument is erected by the state. He was found by the Bureau of Statistics to be one against whom was no official complaint, and all the reports on his conduct agree that, in the modern sense of an old-fashioned word, he was a saint. In everything he did, he served the greater community, except for war until the day he retired. He worked in a factory and never got fired, but satisfied his employers, Fudge Motor Inc. Yet he wasn't odd in his views. His union report that he paid his dues. Our report on his union shows it was sound. And our social psychology workers found that he was popular with his mates and liked a drink. The press are convinced that he bought a paper every day and that his reactions to advertisements were normal in every way. Policies taken out in his name prove that he was fully insured, and his health card shows he was once in hospital but left it cured. Both produces research and high-grade living declare he was fully sensible to the advantages of the installment plan and had everything necessary to the modern man: a phonograph, a radio, a car, and a Frigidaire. Our researchers into public opinion are content that he held the proper opinion for the time of year. When there was peace, he was for peace. When there was war, he went. He was married and added 5 children to the population, which our eugenist says was the right number for a parent of his generation. Our teachers report that he never interfered with their education. Was he free? Was he happy? The question is absurd, for had anything been wrong, we should certainly have heard. In reviewing this poem, one would gather from the opening title and stanza that a person was found somewhere without any of the usual things to identify oneself, such as a driver's license, a job ID, a school ID, nor was this person found on some distant battlefield dead without their dog tags. Reading further, we find that the person was a man that was identified as, in an old-fashioned word, as being a saint that worked until the day he retired. Being that this poem is sort of an elegy, the word retired could have two meanings. He retired from his job, or he retired from life. It seems as if though he's being judged by a group of people or deities. The word war is used twice. Once in the beginning, it states, he served the greater community, but he did not go to war. But just because he didn't go to war, that doesn't mean that he was anti-war, like the people of the 60s were. He could have been what was known as a 5F or F5, rejected for military services due to physical, mental, or moral reasons. The second time the word war is mentioned is closer to the end. When there was peace, he was for peace. When there was war, he went. But this is a different kind of war. This is a war between the management of the factory and the union. He may have been the former of the union or a leader in the union, as indicated by our records show his union was sound. Or he could have just been a person who, as a union member, never crossed the picket line when there was a union action. He behaved in a normal way. He went to work every day. He paid his union dues. He planned his life. He had friends on and off the job so that he could have all the things necessary in life: a record player, a radio, a TV, a car, a Frigidaire. He had a wife and 5 kids. This was around the time that the baby boomers were being born. Then why, towards the end of the poem, was the questions posed? Was he happy? Was he free? Or was he just like me? I am the unknown citizen who have given up all his worldly goods, yet you know me not. For I am not the president of this land, nor am I Michael Jackson, the man. An Aristotle analysis of this point. Plot. A man is being judged to see how he lived his life. Anubis has his heart in the scale of good and bad to see if Elegbah will open the door and let him into the pearly gates of heaven, or cast him into the fiery pit of hell. Theme: a time of war, a time of death, a time of birth, a time of peace, a time of community, a time of unity, a time of prosperity. Language: the English language with a tone and a mood of authoritarian. Setting or imagery: the mid-1900s in a manufacturing town, the time of World War II, in a courtroom or a judgment hall at the time of retirement. Character or characters: This follows what would be Russell Kurt's four great themes with an emphasis on class of character. A working class man, a middle income, a father, and a pillar of the community. The judgment panel, the Bureau of Statistics, the psychology workers, the researchers, the press, and the teachers all make up the varying characters. W.H. Auden style of writing was that of the modern and new criticism era. He wrote a lot in regards to the four great themes of religion, love, heroism, and class of character. Born 1907 in York, United Kingdom, which we refer to as Great Britain or England. Died 1973 in Vienna, Austria. That was one of the countries where many of the actions of World War II took place. His rhyme scheme was that of ABC, 1, 2, 3. I say for the do, re, mi, ABC. One of his great quotes was, "We must love one another or die." Questions, anyone?
Good job. Insightful and very thorough. Any questions coming? Auden has been described as an excellent poet. He is one of the better known poets. Again, one who's not from a traditionally religious background. Maybe did a good thorough job of it. This judgment and this sizing him up, it might be in a formal setting. It might just be that he's speaking from the perspective of authoritarian or deities, as you said, or and as authoritarian as the state, capital S state. That is, and in a way, he's kind of saying existentially here, this is how people are measured by the state. Happiness, freedom, things like that aren't considered much. Good job. Next up, if you ever have watched the film, or if you've seen the film Four Weddings and a Funeral, which is a really good film,